Hello everyone, welcome to our new series Access Dark Web as an Ethical Hacker. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any interesting demos.
So before going to any live demo, let us understand first the difference between the different type of waves that people are generally not aware of very much. So from the top iceberg theory, we are trying to show here the different type of waves that are presently working on www. So as you can see in the first screen, the first image has been shown for the surface wave. So what does that actually mean? So surface waves is generally the tip of the iceberg, from the very famous iceberg theory, that those sites are on surface waves which are actually can be accessed through normal internet and without any authentication. So if we take example of like BBC News for any kind of news portal, then like of Amazon, then kind of Facebook. So the initial page where you do not need any kind of uh, special information, like if you want to search something on Amazon, that doesn't require you to get authenticated to Amazon. Now if you want to purchase something, that is obviously required an authentication, but to serve anything, and similarly like if you want to see someone's profile in Facebook at a limited level, those information are available in um, free service as called like surface web. So we call it in that term because those are indexed by Google and any like similar kind of search engine on the base of that criteria, where you do not need any kind of special privilege. Now next thing is the bottom layer of the iceberg, what we called as a deep web. So now there could be confusion between deep web and dark web, but many people might have considered both terminology as same, but those are not actually same. Deep webs are those services which you need access if like authentication. So you if you want to access them, you need to be authenticated to their service. In other terms, there are some servers for some companies which actually the companies do not want those information to go to public, so they specifically mention those services out of index format. So those information cannot be easily searched from the internet, like we or me or you are doing. Like if we type like something Facebook and we want to get to their hidden server, so that is not possible. So those servers are specifically hidden from indexing. So that is the thing we call a deep web. So you can consider as deep web the similar thing that if you want some like WhatsApp, right? So if you need to use WhatsApp, you have to be authenticated on WhatsApp, right? Either some phone number or some password or some user ID, right? Similarly some kind of email system as well. So that is the reason it's called as a deep web. Now the last thing is called the dark web. So what is actually the dark web? So dark web is uh, specifically those services which are hidden from any of the level of internet. So those cannot be accessed using normal web browser, those cannot be accessed from your normal router, and those are hidden. So specifically not all dark web addresses or not all the services that is running under dark web is illegal. So like Facebook has their own dark web server as well, which is running on Onion. So later in our latter stage, we will show that what is actually they are basically running on their network. Now, in dark web, you will get a lot of things, right? So you need to be mature enough to access dark web, and you need to um, identify those services which is good for you and which is not good for you. So again, there is a disclaimer for this particular demo: do not do anything illegal. So Black Pearl is not responsible for any illegal service. So we are just showing this demo for legal purpose, and please use this particular service for any legal use case, right? So that is la overall iceberg theory of internet. What we see on top is very limited, but what is actually hidden is the larger portion. And the picture credits goes to darkwebnews.com for the deep and dark web graphic. Now let's see, before we go to the deep dive and the practical session, what are the do's and what are the don'ts, right? So first, don't don't surface dark web from your normal day-to-day machine. So that is very much risky. If you are running a dark web from your day-to-day machine, there could be some possibility that you get virus on your machine. So do not do that. Next thing, if you need any kind of service where you need to be authenticated in dark web, do not use your day-to-day or legitimate email IDs and the username or password what you generally use to take some services on other service like Amazon, then like Google, then Facebook. So do not use those usernames because you will be tracked, and you never want to be tracked in dark web world, right? So it's a kind of anonymous service. You want to be anonymous to use those services, so do not do that. Next thing is, while we will use the dark web, we will be using the Tor service, but again, as we said in the previous slide, so do not do anything illegal, right? So you also do not do it like that. Next thing is, don't be tempted with any illegal thing, because temptation is a big thing. Like, so when you see something real is happening in front of your eyes, you might be get tempted, and you might be clicking on those services, you might be getting subscription from those services, but many of the dark web services are fraud. So do not get tempted by them, and please always remember, when you are accessing dark web, you might be get into the watch of any of the authorization service, for example FBI. So don't do those kind of thing while you are surfing internet on dark web. And remember one thing: if you are using dark web using Tor, and that is the way to access dark web, so that is the entry gate with the log gate to be able to access the dark web. Remember, Tor is not the anonymity service at all. So it provides the level of anonymity, but it cannot solve all of your anonymity problems. So it focuses basically of the transport of the data. It protects some portion of your data, like maybe your machine details, maybe your MAC address, maybe your actual ISP IP address from where your traffic is coming, but they do not solve all of your anonymity problems. So be very, very careful when you are using the Tor service, right? Next thing, the do's. So let's see what are the things. So while you are surfing the darknet, so we will advise you to open your browser for a privacy option and go to the safest link. So we will show that option in the current demo, how to do that. Plus, please remember that thing. Next thing, use any machine, as we have mentioned in the don't step as well. Use such a machine to access the dark web, which you can easily wipe off. So that is a preferable. You install any operating system as a virtual machine on your base machine, and on top of that, you run Tor service, and using that, you access dark web, right? And the next thing, all the sites, as we mentioned in the previous say like the deck as well, so the all service are dark web is not illegal, right? So if you are accessing dark web, that doesn't mean that you are doing illegal service. So uh, we, being an ethical hacker, can have a look at the dark web, because we might be accessing some IOCs. We might want to know what is happening if your company is being targeted by some APT, if someone is talking bad about your company, your organization. So those steps are very important to understand, and those are very useful information. You definitely need to identify from your service. So um, that is a reason. Don't do that, and don't do anything illegal, right? So that is the reason you have to be very cautious while you are accessing dark web. And lastly, when you are using a dark web service, always remember that you have a proper use case at hand, and you are accessing the dark web with the proper authorization, either from your company or your boss, or you have a legitimate business reason to have or to access the dark web, right? So that's all from the theory part. Now we will deep dive, and now we will jump to the demo section, and we will literally show you how you can access dark web. We are going to present the practical demo. We have a Kali Linux VM system up and running. So first we will log in to that system, and to first get into the Tor network or the dark web, you need to have Tor installed on your machine. So first go there and install Tor. So you can just go to Google, and you can simply write Tor. So that will the top section will focus and land you to the torproject.org. So I believe if you are able to see my screen properly, um, when you are in that particular website, directly you can go to download Tor browser. So you will see lot of options down there. So you can do it on Windows, you can do it on Linux, you can do it on your Mac OS and Android as well. So we will be coming up with a separate session how to install Tor in your Android device. Stay tuned for that, and please subscribe to our channel for getting the more updates regularly. So for this current demo, we will be installing in our Kali Linux. So we will be dumping the Tor in a Linux format. So we will save it, and it's taking some amount of time. So dependent on your internet speed, it will take some time, and by the time it is finished install. So again, just to remember, and a disclaimer, do not do anything illegal, and do not use this demo for doing any illegal purpose, right? So yeah, so once this particular download is done, so we will so as you can see, it is getting downloaded as a tar.exe. um, so we will be extracting that tar format. So it's almost done. Yeah, so we will show all downloads. Yeah, it is done now. So we will go to the folder. Yeah, so okay, it's reading now. Can cancel it, but let's have a run on it. Let's roll. Okay, so it's done. So we can do the extract, but we will close it off, and we will go to our directory. From there we can do it anyway. Okay, so we will go to our downloads now. So let's go to our section, not application. We will be in the downloads. Okay, so as you can see, right, this is our download section. Okay, so we will simply extract the files here. Okay, it is done. So we can take this file up, and we can paste it in our desktop as well. Okay, so we will paste this in desktop. So it came in desktop now. Okay, so we will open that up. Okay, we are inside that. So let's open terminal now because we need some work to be done in terminal. So ls tor browser, you can see. So first step first. So we need to configure this Tor browser in such a way that it can be accessed as a root, right? So for that we need to write the chown command. So we have it pasted here already. So we will just copy it and we will simply do it. Okay, so before doing that, we'll do a sudo because it might ask for a privilege escalation, and we will copy this file name, copy it, and then paste. You need a big screen. I hope it's visible. So it's done. Okay, so we have changed this to use as a root, right? So now we will go to the file inside that tor file, what is inside, and we will do ls minus l. Okay, we are having one directory and one start or browser desktop. So that is specifically the application that we will be needing afterwards. So we will go inside the browser now, ls browser. So here there are lot of files, right? So one particular file we need to edit, so that file is this file, so start tor browser, right? So you can see here the start tor browser is there. So okay, so we can see the files written here, right? So we need to go inside browser and do a ls minus l. So there are a lot of files now. This is the particular file that we need to edit. So this is a configuration file as per my understanding. So we will clear the screen and we will do a leaf pad start tor browser. Okay, so this is the configuration file, right? So we need some modification here to be able to access the tor as a root. So we will press simply Control F for searching the term root. So yeah, so as you can see, there are some if else conditions. So basically what it is doing, so if your user id, so id minus u is equals 0, so complain that tor browser bundle should not be run as root, and it will exit. So simply it will collect your id, and if you are not running it as a root, the application will exit. So either you can remove of this file, but for the time being we will simply put a hash in front of it, uh, in front of the whole schema, and we will refresh it, right? So yeah, and we will close this option, we will close it off. So we are almost done now. Now we can go back to our see UI mode, and you can see, so start or browser desktop, so you can do a click here. So trust and launch because it's have been downloaded from a different web source altogether, so we can trust it, and we can, so you, as you see, the uh, connection and the configuration, the image got changed. So click configure to adjust network settings if you are in a country that censor tor, so like Egypt, China and Turkey. So if you are watching for any of these countries, so you can configure it as well. So we don't need to do that, and we will simply go and hit connect. So right now it is setting the relay server, and in a matter of minute it will be up and running. So let's wait, and it's establishing the tor and it's connected now. Yup. So we are currently in the verge of accessing, in the basically in the gate of accessing the dark web. So as you can see here, it's DuckDuckGo. So it is the popular search engine uh, for accessing dark web. But before doing anything, so we will first go to uh, the security level. So it's standard, right? So as we have mentioned in the previous sections, we will go to the advanced settings. and we will be doing as a safest, so that will um, disable all of your JavaScript and all other options. So that is very much required, until otherwise you might have been exploited by some attacks, right? So there are a lot of attacks happening, so for the safest side we will do the safest option. Okay, so you can search anything here, but we have a different option. So we will be accessing this site, right? So I can give it to the description, so you can access it, right? So we will be directly going that. It's a private browser, as you can see. um, so let's wait for some time. Yep, and the Ahamia is up. So this is the popular search engine that people uses very much in the dark web, right? So let's do some search and let's see what are the information that you can have and you can access in the dark web using Ahamia. So for the sake of interest, we will typing some like hacking service. So let's see what it gives me. Yeah, so it's giving a lot of information. As you can see, Instagram account password hack, Facebook password account hack, right? Facebook twittering hacking service hire professional hackers. So lot of information it's giving, right? So index of hacking, DEFCON hacking conference. So they are giving. So this is basically the indexing page, like what we see in Google as well, right? So if we go and if we go like DEFCON hacking service, we can open any of it. So Kingdom, okay. And by the way, so you can right now check what is your IP address as well. So what is my IP now? If so, it is going via DuckDuckGo, as you can see, right? So you are being redirected to the non-JavaScript. So this page is available in our Surface Web as well. I hope you have seen that particular website. Um, so it will show up my IP address. So it is OVH SAS and it is showing up as a Tor exit node. So obviously you can understand that your IP address is anonymous now, right? So the for the sake of interest, I just showed you the option. Now if we go here and open this one, let's see what it gives me. So redirecting to the hidden service, you are being redirected to, yeah. So now you can see Instagram account password hack. So it is asking me Bitcoin address for making deposit. If you do some Bitcoin transaction, probably it can give you some hacked password. Oh, so it's anonymous symbol, as you can see. So could be anything. Avoid scam. Make sure you are in real site, so you can verify this particular site. And you remember, whatever service we are having, so that is being ended with onion, so that means it's being redirected by your Tor browser and it's a dark web service. So we'll close that off and we will do some other search, like uh, let's see what we can search. Okay, so we can search password. Let's see what it gives me. Okay, so Dark Bay, DNM adventure, lost account password, password recovery, lot of things it's giving me, right? So now you can particularly use this indexing option to search if your organization has been being served or hacked by anyone, right? So there are some services, there are some video sites as well. So uh, let's see if there is like uh, security camera. Okay, anonymity and security. So camera extras, bit store, security nodes, VPN service, credit card and security code, visa. So you can open that and let's see what it gives me. So Hamia is getting redirected to the onion service. Okay, let's see what it gives me. Okay, so registered in CC store. So credit card and Visa. So that's what the thing that we are uh, uh, informing you from the beginning. So credit card dump if you need. Okay, credit card dump. So these are the information that is being given, right? So in credit card and something information. So those are pretty interesting things. So we won't explore much the dark web right now. So I hope you have understood how to access dark web, and we will be seeing you in the next upcoming topic.
We hope you can now surf the dark web on your own. But do not forget the do's and the don'ts, and always remember not to do anything illegal to avoid unnecessary trouble. If you like the content, please subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified for our new videos. We will see you in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.